Dool spoilers. Jada's love triangle. Theo has competition. Salem is no stranger to tempestuous love affairs, shocking returns, and triangles that are less geometric shapes and more intricate knots of passion and betrayal. But the latest whispers from the days of our lives set suggest a storyline is brewing that promises to twist existing relationships into thrilling new configurations, challenging loyalties, and redefining futures. At the center of this impending storm is the formidable Jada Hunter, while the ever-genial Theo Carver may be about to learn that even the most solid ground can suddenly shift. Jada Hunter, a dilemma of duty and desire. Since her arrival, Jada Hunter has carved a space for herself as a woman of principle, strength, and deep compassion. Her marriage to Rafe Hernandez, born from a foundation of friendship and mutual respect, has been a relative oasis of stability. It's a partnership built on understanding the unique pressures of life in law enforcement and the shadows cast by Salem's perpetual chaos. However, our sources indicate that a powerful force from Jada's past is poised to re-enter her life, threatening to expose fissures in her seemingly perfect union. This isn't a random new suitor. The spoilers point to the return of a man with whom Jada shares a profound and unresolved history, a love that was intense, all-consuming, and perhaps tragically interrupted. Imagine a figure from her pre-Salem days, a fellow officer from another city, a detective with whom she worked a high-stakes case that blurred professional and personal lines, or even a childhood sweetheart whose path diverged dramatically from hers. Whoever he is, his reappearance won't be a simple hello. He will represent a road not taken, a version of Jada that was perhaps more reckless, more passionate, less bound by duty. He is the embodiment of what if. This creates a devastatingly potent love triangle. On one side, Rafe, her rock, her partner, the man who represents safety, maturity, and a shared vision for a calm future. On the other, the returning flame, a hurricane of old feelings, representing adrenaline, nostalgia, and a passionate past that never quite received proper closure. Jada will be torn not between a good and bad choice, but between two legitimate facets of her own heart, the woman she built herself to be, and the woman she once was. This conflict will test her integrity like never before. Theo Carver, clips a sunny disposition. While Jada grapples with her past, Theo Carver, one of Salem's purest souls, may be facing an unexpected challenge to his own romantic happiness. Theo's relationship with the brilliant and often misunderstood Chanel Dupree has been a highlight, a pairing celebrated for its authenticity, support, and gentle love. Theo sees and cherishes Chanel in a way few others have, and she, in turn, has provided him with unwavering belief. But what happens when a shadow falls across this sunny partnership? Insiders hint that Chanel's orbit may be invaded by a new presence, not necessarily a former lover, but a potent intellectual or creative rival. This could take the form of a dazzling, charismatic chef or restaurateur who recognizes Chanel's culinary genius and seeks to collaborate, their chemistry in the kitchen sparking something more. Or perhaps it's a savvy business investor, someone who offers Chanel the capital and ambition to expand Sweet Bits into an empire, forming a bond built on shared ambition that Theo, content in his own career at Titan, might struggle to comprehend. This competition for Theo is more subtle and potentially more insidious than a traditional rival. It's not about someone being better than Theo. It's about someone speaking a different language, the language of grandiose dreams, artistic passion, or ruthless business that resonates with a part of Chanel that Theo's steady love may not fully engage. Theo's challenge won't be to fight this rival in a traditional sense, but to confront his own insecurities and question whether his peaceful, steadfast love is enough to satisfy the evolving aspirations of the woman he adores. Can he match her growing fire, or will he be left as the comforting but perhaps outgrown harbor? Salem syncopation. When storylines collide, The genius of these potential plots lies in their beautiful, messy synchronization. Jada's crisis is internal, a battle between memory and present reality. Theo's is external, a threat born from the evolving world around his relationship. Both stories are rooted in the most relatable of human fears, that the past can undo our present, and that the future can outgrow our now. Furthermore, these threads are unlikely to exist in a vacuum. Imagine the dramatic irony if Jada, as a detective, is forced to work a case involving Chanel's new business associate, pulling her into Theo's sphere of anxiety. Consider the poignant conversations that could occur between Theo and Rafe, two good men potentially feeling the sting of perceived inadequacy, forming an unexpected support system. Or the powerful scenes where Jada might seek counsel from Chanel, a friend navigating her own relational crossroads, their advice to each other colored by their personal dilemmas. A narrative daredevilry, Days of Our Lives, has always excelled when it grounds its wildest plot twists in genuine emotional truth. A possession saga works because of the love at its core. A resurrection lands because of the grief that preceded it. These spoilers for Jada and Theo suggest the show is returning to that core strength. This isn't about shocking infidelity for its own sake or introducing a mustache-twirling villain to break up a couple. It's about exploring the complex geography of the human heart. How does a committed woman process the ghost of a former love made flesh? How does a man defined by his kindness compete when the battlefield shifts to arenas where his greatest strengths seem less potent? For Jada, the journey will be one of self-reckoning. For Theo, it will be a test of growth. And for the audience, it promises a masterclass in emotional storytelling, where we will be made to care deeply about every angle of the triangle, understanding each pull of desire, each pang of doubt, and every fragile hope for a happy ending. Salem's forecast calls for emotional thunderstorms with periods of intense heartache and flashes of revelatory clarity. Buckle up, fans. If these spoilers hold true, our hearts are in for one of the most compelling, character-driven rides of the year. The sands are shifting in Salem, and no relationship, no matter how steady it seems, is safe from the winds of change.